Yeah, we're not talking about anything family-friendly today. Hello, dudes, dudettes, and everything in between. I'm Reyes, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, the series where I say as many fucking no-no words as I goddamn please. So I assume that everyone watching this probably knows who Hello Kitty is, but in case you don't, all you need to know is that she is a fictional character that originated in Japan and is beloved by children all across the world. Well, on April 15th, 1999, 3 men and 1 girl turned a family-friendly children's character into a resting place. For what? You'll find out on this episode of Let's Talk right after the break. I'm just kidding, but without further ado, let's get into it. While her exact birthday remains unknown, the victim, known as Fan Man Yi, I apologize if I butchered that, was born in 1975 in Hong Kong, located in China. Her life had never been pretty. She was abandoned by her family and was forced to live in an all-girls home. However, by the age of 14, she had already developed an intense drug addiction. I have no idea how she was able to sneak heroin into the home. No one carries around a needle for fun. You're either a medical professional or a drug addict, and I don't think she was practicing medicine at 14, so that only leaves one option. When she was 23, she got a job at a nightclub as a hostess, still battling her addiction. Shortly after, she met a man by the name of Chan Man Lok, and I'm not even going to apologize because of what he did, and they learned they had something in common. She was a drug addict and worked on the streets, and he was a drug dealer and someone that handled women who worked on the streets. So, Fawn became an active member of his little group of minions. In 1997, she became desperate for money and drugs, and you can't get drugs if you don't have money, so I want you all to quickly guess what she did. No, you have to guess.
No, you have to guess. I'll give you 3 guesses.
A tin of soup? Ooh, good guess.
Did you do it? If you guessed that she went to rehab, worked to turn her life around, and worked her way up the corporate ladder, you'd be wrong. She actually stole Chan's wallet, which had a shit ton of cash, specifically $4,000. They thought he was thick, but it's just his incredibly large wallet. She didn't realize that he was the last person anybody should steal from. With a name like Chan, I'm not surprised. You know what Chan is 1 letter off from? Chad. What do Chads do? They get upset and make me jealous of all the people they text on the daily. The only text I get is from my mom reminding me to take my meds so I don't do anything stupid. Anyway, as soon as Chan realized his hard-earned, that's probably bullshit, but his cash was stolen, he told 2 of his men, got 2 of the boys, Leung Xing Cho and Leung Wai Lun. Imagine how confusing it gets having 2 homies with the same name. I'd probably end up calling them L1 and L2. Chan's initial plan was to make her go on the streets for him for a nice little walk around the block and collect cash for him like coins in Mario Bros. A nice little walk, that's all it was, nothing else. However, before long, his plan took a turn. The men and 1 girl decided she wasn't being put through enough shit, so they decided to torture her, tying her up and beating her for months, while also subjecting her to things like burning her skin, pulling her hair, and forcing her to eat fecal matter, or shit. After a month of this shit, quite literally, they discovered that she had died overnight on April 15th. All of them argued that she had died from a drug overdose since she had been administering methamphetamines, though most experts say it was most likely the severe injuries caused by the others. However, nobody can know for sure because after she died, they took her body, dismembered it, cooked pieces of her body to stop decomposition and the smell of rotting flesh, boiled pieces of her body, disposed of them in garbage bags, boiled her skull, and here's the big one, they took that skull and sewed it into an oversized Hello Kitty mermaid doll. They also kept her teeth and internal organs, which they placed in plastic bags. For what? In case you want a midnight snack? I didn't know Jeffrey Dahmer was present in the room. They'll eat your organs out like Jeffrey Dahmer.
She's a beast. I call her karma. She eats your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer.
As if shit didn't already hit the fan, the girl, whose name is Ah Fong, eventually went to the police saying that she was being haunted by a girl, and they dismissed it as being a figment of her imagination until she said that the girl's name was Fan Ma Lee, and the police went silent. Everyone, real talk with Reyes. If I were a cop and someone came to me saying that they were being haunted, I have seen enough horror films to know you never dismiss it because your ass is gonna be next. I'm calling the fucking Ghostbusters so no one dies.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
The second you say it's not real is the second you're cursed. You're fucked. So even though this girl was part of the torture, she led the cops to where her skull was, which was in the oversized Hello Kitty doll, which, two things. A, that is incredibly fucked up, and B, that has to be the dirtiest thing I have ever seen, and that is coming from someone who, as a kid, practically rolled around in dirt and filth. I also must point out that at the time, Ah Fong was only 14 years old, not even old enough to know how to drive to Walmart by herself, and she was involved in this. However, I will say that she was the only one who showed remorse for her actions and ended up testifying against the men as part of a plea deal and for protection since she was only 14. Only 14 and involved with men that tortured and did illegal things for cash. How? Also, inside the apartment in which she was tortured, there was Hello Kitty merch everywhere, and her body parts were hidden in them. Thought I'd mention that one. Also, you want to know what the men's sentences were? Life in prison with the possibility of parole in 20 fucking years. You sever someone's body and get at least 20 goddamn years. What the fuck is wrong with our system? I don't fucking understand. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. If you want to see more of my content or knee slap content, consider subscribing if you'd like. I love you all, stay safe, and never let anybody take your food.
Close your eyes. They wanna lead us to save the day. We don't get a say in what they trade away.